So we're focusing this month on concussions. As we're getting into the summer and kids are playing more sports, concussions are more common. And actually, I don't know if you knew this, but the sport with the greatest number of concussions is actually girls soccer. I guess it's all the heading the ball and all that. But at Learning RX, we really help with concussions. We're not the first place you would go to. Obviously, if a concussion occurs, you need to get medical help first. But what often happens is after the concussion is healed, there's cognitive deficits. What's really common and things to look for are a child or an adult who struggles to focus, who can't seem to hold or organize their thoughts, that processes much more slowly from concussions. Those are areas we significantly help with. And we have some very dramatic stories about that. But one thing that's important to know is often what an individual will hear from the medical community about healing from a concussion is that when you're about a year or so out from whatever the event was, car accident, sporting event, whatever, that all of your cognitive healing and strengthening has happened, and that's your new normal, right? So if you're a year later, cognitively you have deficits, you can't think as clearly or as productively as you felt you could before the concussion, what you're told is that's your new normal, and you just need to get used to that and adjust to it. That's not true with us, not at all, because we can really help. One of our more dramatic stories is a student named John, who suffered several concussions his senior year of high school. He was already accepted to college. He muddled through his senior year, went away to college. He had to drop out within 2 months. He could not handle it because of the concussion impacts. We tested John. He was referred to us, and we tested him. His processing speed was in the second percentile. And this is a student who used to be top of his class. He just could not process. He couldn't keep up. He was overwhelmed, couldn't handle the workload in college or take notes or things like that. He went up, this is an above average gain, but John went up to the 81st percentile in his processing speed through our training and went back to college. He's now a college graduate and into his career. But that was hard because he was suffering depression and anxiety and because his whole life, the trajectory of his whole life had been changed because of the concussion. Our most dramatic story is a gentleman we trained 70 years after his concussion. At age 2, he suffered a concussion at a family picnic, struggled his entire life because of it. He saw our work with us with concussions featured on TV, sought us out, and we got him reading for the first time, for example. So if you or a loved one is still struggling with the effects of a concussion, you don't have to settle for that. We can help. Years later, we can help and help regain skills, either to where someone was or at least stronger than where they're at. That's been our track record. We have a ton of research, what's called peer-reviewed published research as it relates to our work with concussions and brain injuries. And so some of that's included in this email, as well as our story of Ben Utek. Ben is a former Super Bowl champion. He lives right in Lakeville, Minnesota. Won a Super Bowl with the Colts in 2007, had to retire because of his multiple concussions. We brought Ben's memory from the 12th to 98th percentile. It was life-changing for him. And we worked with many other professional athletes across the country as well to help them improve their skills after concussions suffered in sports. So we can help. If you have any questions about that or want a consultation, let me know. The first step would be to do an initial assessment, which this month is only $99. It's $100 off if you want to take that first step. That would then include a follow-up consultation with me where I can walk you through the results, let you know if we can help, and if we can, what that would look like going forward. We also, by the way, are approved for what are called BI waivers, which is a brain injury waiver, where we have some individuals in our centers where training is being funded by the county because they have waiver options. So we can help. Let me know if you have any questions. Would love to answer any questions you have, and have a great rest of the month. Thanks.